Good, finally, Friday morning. It is the 8th of February, 2019. Eric Granstrom filling in for Dan Kuntz again here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. And I guess the calm before the storm. Some are calling this Snowmageddon. We'll talk more about the snow forecast and significant amounts of snow coming up here, both in our weather and the news as we get through Wake Up Wenatchee Valley here for this Friday. Also, of course, tomorrow is the Casimir Valley Bank Royalty Selection Pageant. We will meet two more candidates. Our final two candidates here is the 10 will vie for the Queen and two Princess positions tomorrow night. We'll have that live on the NCW Live channel. We'll meet Savannah, Slife, and Olivia Lancaster coming up this morning here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Before we get to anything else, let's take a look around our area this morning with our Valley View cameras brought to you by Localtel Sky-Fi Wireless Network. And we start off with our perch above the Wenatchee Valley to the south of us, looking back towards the north, and a sleepy morning here in the Wenatchee Valley, overcast skies, currently 12 degrees, and this scene will probably change by this afternoon as the clouds will increase and snow is on the way. But right now, the calm before the storm. Literally, there's no wind, there's not much happening out there other than, again, cold temperatures. Camera 2 this morning will take us in a perch above East Wenatchee, looking down from Cougar Ridge, correct? Okay, looking down at the Otobashan Bridge down below. And, of course, the Sunny Slope area. Can't really see the enchantments this morning due to the cloud cover. But sleepy morning this morning. You see some of the activity down on the highway there at that new interchange where they've got the eastbound extension and such. Quiet commute this morning, so we'll knock on wood and hope that that stays nice and quiet as far as the commute is concerned. As we go to camera 3 this morning, and here's a lovely look at Turtle Rock. Wow, is that really live right now? That is fantastic. I'm surprised how much light that camera is capturing. Looking back towards, you can see Mission Ridge behind there on the mountains above the Wenatchee Valley, but you can definitely see why they call that Turtle Rock, as well as it's just above the Rocky Reach Dam here on the Columbia River. All right, camera 4, where we're going. And this one, oh, that is gorgeous. This is Billy Goat, but we're looking kind of a different angle, aren't we? Okay. Yeah, so back towards Chelan area from Billy Goat. And, what a gorgeous look this morning. And I guess we could say goodbye to those clear skies for a few days as far as our weather is concerned. Thanks again to Localtel Sky-Fi Wireless Network for our Valley View cameras. Now, let's get right into the weather forecast. And we have a Donnybrook coming our way. Or a White Brook, if you will. Snow, heavy at times. In fact, a winter storm warning is in effect starting 4 o'clock this afternoon. That goes until 4 o'clock Sunday morning. When we're all said and done by Sunday, expecting between 8 and 12 inches of snow for the Wenatchee Valley. And again, that will begin this afternoon. They're saying we might see a few flakes starting at about 10 o'clock this morning, and then it will really hit hard as we get through the evening hours tonight and into tomorrow morning. Here's the forecast for the snow totals according to the National Weather Service. This is updated, and you'll see that the storm reach into the Okanagan is also prevalent here with 8 to 12 inches of snow expected here for the Wenatchee Valley, for the Chelan Valley up around Lake Wenatchee, and then further to the north into Omak and Winthrop. Now, one thing that's also bothersome about this snowstorm is we're expecting some really high winds to pick up, especially overnight tonight and into tomorrow, and that could cause some blizzard-like conditions. They're actually saying that we might even see some road closures along Highway 2 and Highway 97. The winds are expected to come out of the north and northeast and right down the Columbia River Valley and will really impact us on Saturday and into Saturday night. So be prepared for some drifting snow and also some blowing snow and just poor visibility and really difficult conditions to get around. Also, with this Arctic blast that's hitting us at the same time we're getting this flow off the Pacific with the moisture to create this snowstorm, getting cold temperatures. The nighttime low on Sunday, you see it there, 4 degrees, the overnight low, 7 on Monday, 11 Tuesday, and 12 Wednesday. So this Arctic cold grip is going to keep us for the next week or so. And again, be prepared for snowfall coming up this afternoon, tonight, through Saturday and into early Sunday. Our high temperature yesterday, by the way, in the Wenatchee Valley, 22 for the high, 5 was the overnight low. The record, believe it or not, was just a year ago. Hard to believe that 1 year ago today we were at 60 degrees, the record here in the Wenatchee Valley. 3, the record low set in 1969. Our sunrise this morning is coming up here in a few minutes at 7:17. The sunset tonight at 5:13. Take solace, we're getting an additional 3 minutes of daylight per day. Let's see what's happening over the mountain passes, and I think we've got the calm before the storm here as well this morning. Snoqualmie Pass is no restrictions right now. The roadway bare and dry, currently 20 degrees and overcast. So you can see it's warmed up quite a bit in the higher elevations and in preparation for the snowstorm. Stevens Pass on US 2 this morning, also no restrictions. Roadways bare and dry with frost and ice in places, currently 20 at the summit of Stevens Pass. Blewett Pass, also no restrictions this morning. They did a good job of removing that ice and snow that had been there for the past several days. The roadway bare and dry with ice in places, but no restrictions on the mountain passes right now. But of course, that will change as the snowstorm hits. Now, not only are we getting the snow here in eastern Washington, snow in the higher elevations, snow in western Washington as well. So really clamping down on things here in the northwest as far as this winter storm is concerned. Again, we're off to a chilly start again for the Wenatchee Valley. 12 degrees, not much wind to speak of. It feels like it's about 9 out there, and if you have to spend any time out of doors, I hope you cover your exposed skin. That is for sure. We're going to talk more about the upcoming storm and preparations for which coming up in our latest local news right here on the NCW Life channel. Sports news on the way. We'll have the obscure holiday of the day. Actually, we're going to skip ahead to tomorrow because all the ones today were lame. So we just talk about the one coming up tomorrow. Also, what happened on this day in history, our celebrity birthdays, and we'll get Mike Magnotti in with his opinion. And the last half of the show, our final installments of our interviews with the top 10 candidates we will meet and discuss with Savannah Slife and Olivia Lancaster about why in the world they chose to partake in this whole adventure. I got a chance to go out and watch the dress rehearsal last night for the Cashmere Valley Bank Royalty Selection Pageant. The girls did fantastically. I'm telling you, this is an action-packed show, and you're going to be able to watch it live at 6:30 Saturday night right here on the NCW Life channel. News is coming up next as we're 7 minutes past the hour. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
My name is Hannah Peterson-Kinney, and I'm a certified nurse midwife. I became a midwife because I thought birth was one of the most amazing, beautiful things. It's about caring for women through many stages of life and helping to empower them with knowledge and build partners to improve their health. It would be an honor to provide care for you, and I would love to welcome you to the CVCH midwife family.
One roof, 3 days, and thousands of ideas for your home. It's the B&CW Home Show, February 8th through the 10th at the Town Toyota Center. Explore the aisles and see the latest in home technology, design, outdoor living, storage options, flooring, window treatments, and the list goes on. Admission is just $6 for adults, $4 for seniors, and kids 12 and under get in free. For more information, log on to bncw.org. Don't miss this year's B&CW Home Show presented by Complete Design.
Good morning, and thanks for watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Eric Granstrom filling in for Dan Kuntz here on the NCW Life channel for this Friday, the 8th of February, 2019. Let's take a look at our latest local news, and we're talking about weather. Of course, first thing, a significant winter weather event is coming our way. National Weather Service has issued a winter storm watch for the greater Wenatchee area as well as much of Okanagan County, beginning today at 4 o'clock and running through 4 o'clock Sunday morning. Bands of moderate to heavy snow are expected late today and through the day on Saturday, where anywhere from 8 to 12 inches of snow is possible. Snow will be followed by increasing north and northeast winds tomorrow and on Saturday night, especially for the Okanagan Valley and the Waterville Plateau. Blowing and drifting snow will have the potential to reduce visibilities and cause some roads to become impassable. The east slopes of the Cascades could see as much as 10 to 15 inches of snow by Sunday morning. Travel could be very difficult to impossible. Patchy blowing snow could significantly reduce visibility. Motorists with plans to travel over the Cascade Mountain passes should monitor the forecast very closely. A travel trailer being used as a full-time home was destroyed in a fire Wednesday night in the Dryden area. Chelan County Fire District 6 Chief Phil Moser says his crews arrived shortly after 9:15 to find the structure fully engulfed in flames. Trailer was located on the south side of US 2 near the entrance to the Dryden transfer station. Moser says the occupant was not inside when the fire started. He suspects the cause to be electrical in nature.
Didn't do much of an investigation last night. Did talk to the occupant. He was heating with an electric heater, so that's the suspect right now. But we might do a little further investigation today, but it's kind of our suspect right now.
Moser's crews received help from firefighters with Chelan County District 3 and Cashmere Fire Department, along with Cascade Ambulance. Well, the Wenatchee Shopko store will close its doors for good May 12th. The Wisconsin-based retailer announced the Wenatchee store was not on a list of closures announced on January 16th when the company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, but a new list that came out this week includes Wenatchee and a smaller Shopko in Quincy, which will close May 5th. Overall, the company is closing 251 of its 360 stores nationwide, including other Washington stores in Yakima, Lacey, Pullman, and Spokane. Shopko has struggled in recent years alongside national brands such as Sears and Toys R Us. Well, the Wenatchee School Board began grappling with its $5.2 million budget shortfall yesterday, or on Wednesday this week. The board said it wants to preserve as many staff positions as possible, condense costs and programs, reduce additional pay like stipends, and look at ways to consolidate administrative and classified services. The recommendations came after reviewing a community survey of about 1,000 people. Next up, district staff will develop scenarios for making the cuts that will be taken to the board meeting February 12th at 6 o'clock. Well, time for our weekly feature with the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. NCW Life's Rachel Mandelis introduces us to Sophia the dog.
Hi, I'm Rachel and I'm filling in for Megan McPherson, and I'm here today at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society with Jenny, the volunteer coordinator, and we're also here with Sophia. And Jenny, what can you tell us about Sophia?
Well, this pretty girl is 6 years old. She rides very well in a car. She's a favorite here with the volunteers and the staff. She walks well on a leash. She's well-mannered. She's lived in a home with kids and likes kids. She is a dog that she has displayed a little bit of protective tendencies, so people just need to be aware of that she loves her people. She really wants a home, and she loves people.
So Jenny, if someone is interested in adopting Sophia, what should they do?
They should come to the Humane Society and meet her to make sure that's the right fit for them, and then they would fill out an application and adopt her and take her home. She should be an inside dog because of her protective tendencies, and here at the shelter, she does keep her kennel clean, and she loves a bed too, so yeah, I adore her. You know?
Well, she seems very sweet. Sophia, do you have anything you want to tell people?
That's right. You like treats too?
The Wenatchee Valley Humane Society is located at 1474 South Wenatchee Avenue and is open Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org. Kennel Cameos is supported in part by Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory in Leavenworth. Not only does the Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory have great house-made fudge and super delicious candy and caramel apples, but they also have great doggy treats for your four-legged friends, located at 636 Front Street in Leavenworth. This has been Kennel Cameos at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society.
14 minutes past the hour here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Thanks to the gang for the kennel cameos again. And Sophia, boy, what a cute dog there. We talked about the other day with these cold temperatures, you want to make sure that you're prepared as much as you possibly can be. And one thing that is definitely overlooked is your vehicle, especially when it comes to the antifreeze, so you want to get it checked. And we did so here yesterday. So the other morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, we talked about the cold temperatures and maybe getting down to the single digits here this weekend and making sure that your car is ready to go for those cold temperatures. One way to do so is very easy with a very cheap device you can buy at your local auto parts store to check the level of your antifreeze. You can do this. This one actually has for cold temperatures and for hot temperatures to check the antifreeze level in your vehicle, because if you're not set up well enough, you can have your block freeze, your radiator freeze. That's not a good thing here in the winter conditions. So let's take a look. We've had several of our employees bring their vehicles to us here. And what you want to do is check the reservoir for your antifreeze. You don't want to check it directly from the radiator because there could be back pressure built up, and you don't want that to get in your face. First of all, the car has to be cold. You don't want to have your engine warmed up for this. So you just take the reservoir cap off, and very simply, you stick the nozzle into your reservoir. And first of all, you want to be sure the reservoir has fluid in it. If it doesn't have any fluid in it, you're probably not going to be good to go for the cold temperatures. You just suck the fluid out of the reservoir into this device, and you look at the cold side, and it says that this car is good up to about 30 degrees below zero. So she's good to go. And we're going to check some more of our staff vehicles here at the NCW Life Channel and see if their cars are good to go as well. Be sure you check yours too. Again, you don't want to mess with the radiator itself. And one thing I was telling Caitlin, that was one of the first cars we checked, is that anytime you pop the hood, even if you have to hold it open with a baseball bat, in this case, you want to just take a quick look around the engine compartment. You don't have to know anything about cars. If you see something that doesn't quite look right, if you see wetness somewhere on your engine, on the top, on the hoses, if you see wetness on your hood or something like that, there's something wrong with your vehicle. You might want to go get it checked. Now, again, we're not checking the radiator itself. We're checking from the reservoir. This one just has a cap on it that is fit-tighted. And, okay, so I'm reaching in to fill this tester, and I'm not getting any fluid at all. So that's not a good sign. Doesn't necessarily mean that the car is not protected against the cold temperatures, but you don't have enough fluid to be feeding the radiator. You should have at least up to a fill level, which will show you on the side of the reservoir how much coolant you should have. So now there's different types of coolant you can get, different brands. I'm not going to talk about brand names, but you can get two different types. You get the concentrate, which is straight antifreeze, or you can get a 50-50 mix, which is 50% antifreeze and 50% water. You don't want to go straight with the heavy stuff because that's going to be too much for your radiator to handle unless you got a big hawser rig like Uriah Darby with a big diesel. So I'm going to put this straight antifreeze into this reservoir. And again, what you should really be doing is having this car started, have your heater on so everything is circulated when you do this. Now, if this goes all the way in and isn't digested, if you will, by the radiator and your cooling system, then that's a pretty good indication that you're really down on your antifreeze and coolant, and that means you might have a leak somewhere. So we'll suck out the juice, and this time we've got the orange concoction, and make sure we get enough in there. This reservoir might be a little bit low. You need to fill that glass completely, and I don't know if I'm going to get enough of the liquid here to do the test. It looks like Wendy's rig is good to -10 to -12. So not bad. Actually, no. That's +10 degrees to -12. So again, if I were Wendy, I'd be adding a little bit more antifreeze into the mix to make sure you're good to go for these cold temperatures coming up here over the weekend and as we get through the rest of this winter. And again, you can get that testing device at any of your local auto parts store. Very cheap piece that could save your car in the cold temperatures, especially when we're looking at, less than 7 this weekend? Man, that's just going to be cold and miserable. By the way, I was asked, what do you do? So if you're low, what do you do? Well, if you have your car and you take it to a place to get its oil changed, they can also take care of your antifreeze and your coolant level as well. One thing a little interesting yesterday, I got a call from my bank. I bank at Cashmere Valley Bank, and I got a call from Julie at the bank, and she says, hey, we got a strange piece of mail here. You might want to come down and take a look at it. The bank tried to send me some mail here last month, and it came back to them with that stamp. I don't know if you could read that or not, but it says, I'm deceased. Yeah, that was a little nerve-wracking, so I went down to the bank, and Julie and I had a nice laugh about it. But then it made me think, why in the world would the post office think I'm dead? So, and I was on vacation not too long ago, and my wife Marion put a hold on our mail, and so that was my first thought is, well, maybe something happened there where we clicked the wrong thing or something like that, or maybe Marion has way more power than I thought, and I'm just officially dead. So I went down to the post office after standing in line for quite a while. I try to have, a good humor about it as I went to the counter, but they were not very humorful behind the counter. But anyway, they said this stamp can occur from the mail carrier. So somehow my mail carrier got the word that I'm dead, which is strange because this was originally sent, mid-January, and it didn't arrive back to the bank until the 6th of February, yesterday, or a couple of days ago. So the question is, where was this piece of mail this whole time? How did the mail carrier get the information that I'm deceased? By the way, I have received other mail since then. So it's still kind of a quandary, but keep a close eye on your mail. It is an interesting world in which we live. A lot of people were telling me, oh, well, you got somebody trying to steal your identity. Don't think I have to worry about that, but I thought, man, if I'm dead, I don't need to show up for work, right? It's not such a bad thing. We'll take a break here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley at 21 minutes past the hour. Sports news comes your way next.
Hey everyone, did you know that the NCW Life channel is North Central Washington's go-to source for news? No matter how you prefer to view your news, NCW Life has you covered. Watch the evening news weeknights on TV, stream it, read it at ncwlife.com, or catch the latest news by following us on Facebook. Stay informed with local news, sports, weather, and shows featuring local people and events. NCW Life, a reflection and a spotlight of the communities we call home.
This is the NCW Life Community Calendar brought to you by Health Alliance Northwest. Come learn about summer camp programs available in North Central Washington at Pybus Public Market this Saturday from 10 to 2. Over 20 organizations will be there to provide info and answer questions. Also Saturday is the Matters of the Heart Heart Dissection Lab from 10 to noon at the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center. Students 9 and older can join a team of doctors to explore the heart. For more information, visit ncwlife.com.
And a good morning to you on a finally Friday. Eric Granstrom in for Dan Kuntz on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. 22 minutes past the hour. We do have a winter storm warning in effect for the day today, starting at about 4 o'clock this afternoon. Snow's supposed to start and get heavy and maybe up to a foot of snow before it's all done coming up on Sunday. We'll keep you abreast of that throughout the weekend on our Facebook page, so be sure and watch for that. Right now, sports news on the NCW Life channel. Taking a look at the Les Schwab prep scoreboard from last night. Etihad boys and girls finished off the regular season at home against Moses Lake Christian. The girls came out on top 64-22. The boys fell to the Lions 62-53. Lady Tigers will have a rematch with Moses Lake Christian next Tuesday in the first round of the CWB District Tournament. That'll be at Ephrata High School starting, well, they say at 6 o'clock. Now, the boys also will play at Ephrata at, it says right now, 6. I'm sure they'll adjust those time frames to accommodate the fans, but the boys will be off until Tuesday when they'll face Riverside Christian in the first round of districts. Also on the Les Schwab scoreboard in men's college basketball last night, Brandon Clark had 20 points, 16 rebounds, and 5 blocks. Number 4 Gonzaga, no trouble with San Francisco, 92-62 the final. Well, Robert Franks matched his career high with 34 points. Washington State stunned Arizona State, 91-70. And Matisse Thibault had 15 points, 5 block shots, and 5 steals to help Washington remain unbeaten in the Pac-12 with a 67-60 win on the road at Arizona. The Huskies still not ranked in the Associated Press top 20. Coming up on the prep girls basketball schedule for tonight, we'll start things off. Wenatchee closing out the season at home against Moses Lake. 5:45. We'll have it live on the NCW Life channel. Grant Olson side at courtside with your play-by-play. Waterville-Mansfield girls begin the 2B District 5-6 tournament at Chelan High School against the Walla Walla Valley Academy. Tournament continues tomorrow at Hanford High School. The 1A District 6 tournament is tomorrow at Eastmont High School. Okanagan faces Chelan in a loser-out game at 1, followed by Cashmere and Omak for the district championship at 5 o'clock. On the boys' side tonight, Wenatchee looks to wrap up the regular season Big 9 title against Moses Lake. We'll have it live at 7:30 here on the NCW Life channel. Panthers need to get some help also from Red Hot Davis tonight. If Wenatchee wins and the Pirates knock off West Valley, Panthers take the Big Nine League title and have a chance to host the district championship. Hanford High School is the site for the 1B District 5-6 tournament. Manson faces Walla Walla Valley Academy at 1:30 in a loser-out game. Bridgeport takes on Columbia Burbank at 7:45, also a loser-out contest. That tournament continues tomorrow in the Tri-Cities. The 1A District Boys Tournament also at Eastmont High School. Chelan and Omak play a loser-out game at 3, followed by the district championship between Kashmir and Okanagan at 7 o'clock. Wrestling heads to regionals this weekend prior to the MAC Classic next week in the Tacoma Dome. Wenatchee and Eastmont wrestlers, as well as the rest of the Big Nine, will face off against the best from the Kingco League at Big Bend Community College. That starts tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. The top 4 in each weight class would advance to states. Region 4 girls tournament will be wrestled at Othello High School. Basically, all of Eastern Washington going to be there starting at 11 o'clock. And the Caribou Trail League and Northeast A will meet at Omak High School for their regional starting tomorrow morning at 10. Well, how about this one? Kashmir High School freshman Bella Fox has been chosen to attend a junior development camp for the United States Biathlon Association next week in Soldiers Hollow, Utah. The event is held concurrent with the International Biathlon World Cup race held at the same location. Bella will be coached, trained, and ski with the USA Biathlon team for a week. How about that? Bella's also been chosen to represent the U.S. Biathlon Association in Sweden at the World Championship Junior Development Camp. That's coming up in March. Congratulations to Bella. Wenatchee Wild are in BC for a road trip this weekend. Tonight, they'll start it off in Cowichan Valley at 7. Tomorrow, Victoria at 7. Sunday, Wenatchee at Coquitlam at 3. Of course, Arch Ecker has the play-by-play on the Wenatchee Wild Hockey Network. You can listen to those games on the radio home, KPQ, and of course, we'll have some highlights coming up for you Monday right here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. That's sports news at 26 past the hour here on this finally Friday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. 12 degrees in the valley. Looking for a high in the mid-20s today, maybe 27 for the high, and definitely some snow coming up later on today. But look at that sunrise this morning to start things off. All right, time to take a look at the obscure holiday of the day today for this 8th of February. I'm serious, all of the holidays today, the obscure holidays, were lame. So we're skipping to tomorrow. The 9th of February is National Pizza Day. And we've got some stats here for you. Now, Kat, I didn't get a chance to ask you before we started the show. You lived in Chicago for a long time, so that's like home to great pizza. So is that the big fold-over pizza that you get in Chicago, or? Oh, that's New York. Okay. Oh, Chicago is the deep dish, the heavy. You gotta get a fork and get after it. Okay. All right. So is it really that good? Okay, it's really that good. All right. Pizza sounds pretty good this morning. Now, do you eat the pizza cold the next day, or you do? Okay. All right. So do you warm it up, or you just leave it cold right out of the fridge and just go for it? Yeah. Okay. I think if I do a pan crust and do the thick pizza, I kind of like to warm it up the next day. If it's a thin crust and there's not much to the pizza, cold, no problem. But some interesting pepperoni pizza, by the way. The most popular, preferred by 36% of the people worldwide. Over 3 billion pizzas are sold each year in the United States. The number one day for pizza, what would you guess? Super Bowl. That's the number one day. Second most popular day for eating pizza, strangely enough, is Halloween. Yeah, you have a party, Halloween party, have the kids around, sure. Over 17% of restaurants in the United States, get this, 17% of restaurants are a pizzeria or serve pizza. So you don't have to go far to find some pizza. Pizza first sold in Naples, Italy in 1738. So pizza's been around a long time. And by the way, if you're an average American, you consume about 23 pounds of pizza each year. I think I'm a little over that. That's today's obscure holiday. Actually, tomorrow's obscure holiday. All right, here we go on this day in history. We will do the 8th of February because that is the day today. Isaac Newton in 1672 reads the first optics paper before the Royal Society in London. Later in his book that you see the front cover of there, Optics, Newton analyzes the fundamental nature of light by means of the refraction of light with prisms and lenses, the diffraction of light by closely spaced sheets of glass, and the behavior of color mixtures with special lights or pigment powders. Now, what's the big deal about that? Well, he started looking at that in 1672, and nobody even really thought about it before. Considered one of the great works of science in history. Optics, the conversation by Isaac Newton. He was just Isaac back then. Later, he became Sir. In 1942, Congress advises FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, that Americans of Japanese descent should be locked up en masse so they wouldn't oppose the U.S. war effort. This is 1942, so February of 1942. You got to understand that we're still in the throes of the aftermath of the attack at Pearl Harbor on December 7th. So just a couple of months later, not even so, the feeling in the United States was, we're scared of everybody. But they decided, Roosevelt signed the order forcing the relocation and incarceration in concentration camps, mostly in the western interior of the country, between 110 and 120,000 people of Japanese ancestry, most of whom lived on the Pacific coast. 62% of internees were U.S. citizens. Can you imagine that? Just because of your ancestry, you're told you've got to leave your house and go to a concentration camp for who knows how long. A lot of people lost their homes, lost their lives in that decision, but you have to look at the big scope of things, and under that scope, the fears that we had at that time in February of 1942 forced the hand of FDR. More recent history, 1981, Scott Hamilton won the U.S. Figure Skating Championship. He went on to win 4 U.S. championships, 4 world championships. He won the gold medal in the 1984 Olympics. He's written 3 books and had a brilliant career as a figure skating analyst on TV. Of course, very public battle against testicular cancer. Latest of his books is entitled Finish First, Winning Changes Everything. And for Scott Hamilton, the winning changed everything on this date in 1981. Celebrating birthdays today on this 8th of February. Happy birthday. Well, he's dead now, but interesting guy. Jules Verne, born on this date in 1828, French writer, known as the father of science fiction. He died in 1905. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, Journey to the Center of the Earth, From the Earth to the Moon, Around the World in 80 Days, all works by Jules Verne. Now think of that. From Earth to the Moon, written in the 1800s. It was about a gun club and about the president of a gun club who thought if they build a big enough gun, he can be shot to the moon. And Jules Verne had to do some math to kind of make it real or somewhat feel like real. And his mathematics on figuring out the trajectory and things like that were actually pretty darn close. So Jules Verne, born on this date in 1828. Finally, one of my favorite actors of all time. I know he's my dad is a big fan of Jack Lemmon, born on this date in 1925. His birth name, John Euler Jack Lemmon III, 8-time Academy Award nominee. He won as a Best Supporting Actor in 1956's Mr. Roberts and won the Best Actor Award for Save the Tiger in 1973. He was the original Felix Unger on The Odd Couple. And who could forget his role on Grumpy Man and Grumpier Old Men with his old Odd Couple acting mate, Walter Matthau. Lemmon passed away in 2001 at the age of 76. Jack was born in a hospital elevator in Newton, Massachusetts on this day in 1925. He was an only child. His dad, the president of a donut company. But Jack learned that this whole acting thing, the acting bug, if you will, caught him at the age of 8. He, by the way, served in the Navy in World War II. He went to Harvard, graduated from Harvard with a War Services Science degree in 1947. I didn't know they had such a thing. But even after a successful career at Harvard, he decided, I want to do this acting thing, and I think we're all better for it. Now, also, Jack Lemmon, a prolific golf fan. Not necessarily the best golfer, but of course he was known for ever being in the Pebble Beach Pro-Am and always wanting to make the cut and wanted to get to the 4th round. And that was the joke that he had. Huge crowds would follow Jack Lemmon around the golf course at the Pebble Beach Pro-Am. In fact, the amateur that does the best in the Pro-Am today is awarded the Jack Lemmon Award. Jack Lemmon, born on this date in 1925. Finally, a live person. We have a real live person here. Bethany Hamilton. That name might not mean much to you. She is turning 29 today. She's a professional surfer who survived a 2003 shark attack in which her left arm was bitten off. Now, she wrote about that in a book called Soul Surfer that was made into a movie in 2011. This is the person that is the story behind the movie and the book. Bethany Hamilton, happy 29th birthday today. That is our celebrity birthdays and a look at this day in history at 34 minutes past the hour. If you have a birthday to pass along to us, you're welcome to do so. A number of different ways. You can just share it directly on our Facebook page. You can also email us at news@ncwlife.com. You can even call us too and leave a message on our news tips line at 888-NCWL. That's 888-6295. We're going to take a break and come back with Mike McNaughty and his opinion. Everybody's entitled to it. And we also have our two final candidates for the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival's Royalty Selection Pageant, which comes your way tomorrow night at 6:30 here on the NCW Life Channel. Savannah, Slife, and Olivia Lancaster straight ahead on this Friday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley.
The best pizza in the known universe is right here in downtown Chelan, so come on up. For the best locally crafted beer and barbecue in Chelan, come on up.
For the best down-home scratch country cooking in north central Washington, you'll find it in Manson. Come on up.
Come on up. Come on up.
Come on up.
Antique Mall at Cashmere wishes you a happy and prosperous new year. With 15,000 square feet to explore, Antique Mall at Cashmere has something for everyone. For repurposing projects, do-it-yourselfers, and those with a keen eye for making something old fresh and new again, this is the place to find your next project. Antique Mall at Cashmere, their friendly staff is here to help you. Stop on by today.
RLS Productions is proud to bring to the NCW Life Channel the Concerts in the Garden Summer Series held at Omi Gardens. The series features performances from Rare Earth's Peter Rivera, Heart by Heart, Two Slim and the Tail Draggers, The Infinity Project, the Wenatchee Swingin' Big Band, and a whole host of other great acts. Tune in Wednesdays at 1:30 and 7 p.m. and Fridays and Saturdays at 10:30 a.m. and 9 p.m. RLS Productions Concerts in the Garden Summer Series, only on the NCW Life Channel.
Put winter weather in its place with a new Cub Cadet snow thrower from Rose Tractor. Hi, this is Corey. Let us help you get through the season with our line of Cub Cadet snow throwers. When it comes to snow, never let winter weather get in your way. The Cub Cadet X Series line of snow throwers offers 3 levels of snow clearing power and a host of award-winning models. Get ahead of the snow. Let us help you get into the right snow thrower for the job. Rose Tractor, family owned and operated, located at the corner of 3rd and Rock Island Road in East Wenatchee.
Lake Chelan Mailboxes is a small place with a lot to offer. Job one is shipping and receiving from A to Z. They pack it, they label it, they ship it. But did you know we also offer notary service, online computer access, legal forms, copies, greeting cards, and of course, mailboxes. Chelan Mailboxes, everything you need in one small package.
Hi, this is Eric Granstrom of the NCW Life Channel. Join me and Julie Agins-Kuntz for live coverage of the Cashmere Valley Bank Royalty Selection Pageant from the Wenatchee High School Auditorium this Saturday at 6:30. Coverage brought to you by Antique Mall at Cashmere. 15,000 square feet to explore. Come find your treasure. And Arctic Refrigeration and Heating, the temperature experts. It's the Cashmere Valley Bank Royalty Selection Pageant, Saturday at 6:30 on the NCW Life Channel.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service-oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and everybody's entitled to my opinion. Now, you hear sometimes how many Europeans speak more than one language when we Americans only speak English. Now, this has probably started to point out just how parochial and unsophisticated we Americans are. Well, Europe and the U.S. have similar land masses, but Europe has about 23 countries and about 50 different recognized languages. Now, most Europeans travel around to different countries and that kind of stuff, where most Americans travel around in America and may never go to Europe. So why do we need to know more than one language? okay? Most Americans to speak only English is hardly an indication of a lack of intelligence or sophistication. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody's entitled to my opinion.
Are you suffering with joint pain? Need orthopedic care sooner than later? For an orthopedic evaluation, there's no reason to wait weeks or months. You can get the help you need now from the experts at Lake Chelan Community Hospital, led by John Hopkins-trained Dr. Joshua Shohowski. Their orthopedic team specializes in sports medicine, knees, shoulders, and general orthopedics. When considering joint replacement, you should know all your options. Call or visit Lake Chelan Community Hospital today.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
Hi, Justin here, owner of Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere. Club Crow is your place for famous blues, brews, and barbecue. We are your one-stop bar and grill, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Looking for a fun night out? Join us at Club Crow Saturday nights. We have live bands to rock the night away. Club Crow is bringing comedy to Cashmere. Check out our Facebook page for upcoming dates. Live jam session first Sunday of every month. Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere, the coolest place in town.
Hi, this is Eric Granstrom of the NCW Life Channel. Join me and Julie Agins-Kuntz for live coverage of the Cashmere Valley Bank Royalty Selection Pageant from the Wenatchee High School Auditorium this Saturday at 6:30. Coverage brought to you by East Wenatchee Mobile Storage. Pack it, store it, move it. They can deliver a mobile storage unit right to your front door. And Highlander Golf Course. Book your time in one of their full-swing S4 widescreen golf simulators. It's the Cashmere Valley Bank Royalty Selection Pageant, Saturday at 6:30 on the NCW Life Channel. Welcome back to the NCW Life Channel's Top 10 Candidate Interviews. I'm Eric Granstrom, and now we're visiting with candidate Savannah Slife, who is the daughter of Eric and Daphne. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I grew up in the Wenatchee Valley my entire life. I have my parents, a brother, goes to Wazoo. I started my own company in the 5th grade actually called Twisted Tomboy, so that's a huge part of my life and my family's life. Played soccer, basketball, yeah.
A little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything, yep.
Being involved in sports, what has that taught you?
Oh, it's taught me so much. It's taught me about just teamwork and having to deal with people and just knowing when to keep going and to mentally push myself, but also physically push myself. But I think the mental aspect of it is what really it's taught me.
Okay. You say that you work with the Works Kids Club?
I do,
Okay,
yeah.
what is that?
So Works is a gym in the Valley. There's 2 locations, one in Wenatchee, one in Eastmont. And I work in the Kids Club, which is just a daycare. So I'll come in at nights and work with kiddos, and I love it. And that's actually the reason I decided to be a teacher at Wazoo. So I'm going to go to Wazoo, get my degree, and go into teaching for elementary students.
Really? That came out of doing the work at Works?
Yep, because before I was like, oh, I want to be an interior designer. And then I started working at a daycare, and I was like, wow, I really love kids. So, yeah.
Okay, why did you decide to run for Apple Blossom?
I decided to run for Apple Blossom because when I was really little, I'd go to all the pageants all the time, and I'd watch them, and I'd be like, that's crazy, I want to do that someday. And I'd always look up to the girls, and I'd go to all the parades and the food fair, and I'd see the girls walking through the food fair, and I'd be like, look at those crowns, their dresses, just, I want to be like them. And so I think that that's really what inspired me, was looking at these girls who were great role models and just wanting to be like them.
Okay, I got to find out more about this Twisted Tomboy.
Okay.
So how did this start and what is it?
So in the 5th grade, actually I'll start with what it is.
Okay.
So Twisted Tomboy is a bath and body company that I started in the 5th grade. And it's a nationwide company now. So Twisted Tomboy started in the 5th grade. I was making lip balms and I was giving them out to kids at school. And then a lot of kids started wanting more of them. And so I was like, Mom, I can't afford to keep making more of them because it was coming out of my parents' pocket actually. But and so I started making more, and my parents had their own business at the time. And then they started investing kind of slowly, and I did what's called Etsy. So I put my products on Etsy, And then my parents started seeing that I was actually selling quite a bit for a girl in the 5th grade. And they kind of invested more, and slowly they just kind of took it over. And we started branching out and traveling for it. So traveled all across the nation for it, gone to trade shows. And I've gone to trade shows, worked with adults, and it's taught me a lot about business and just people work and business work. And yeah, it's in the Valley at Pybus, Full Bloom, go there. Candle Connection in Leavenworth, so it's everywhere.
That's
it's a
amazing.
huge part of my life, yeah.
Okay. So if you're not too busy with the company, you said you want to go to Wazoo and do the whole elementary education thing. So what do you want to do with that?
Eventually, I want to move back to Wenatchee, and I want to be an elementary school teacher somewhere in the Valley, because I love the Wenatchee Valley. I think it'd be a great place to raise a family and have kids, and just, I would love to come back here. So, and I think along that, I would still have Twisted Tomboy, and maybe revisit the whole interior business design.
Okay.
idea.
Twisted Tomboy, where'd you come up with the name? Or where did that come from?
So I came up with the name because I played soccer. I was a huge tomboy. But I was also very girly growing up. So I kind of was mixed between a tomboy, playing basketball with the boys, competing with them. And then I'd go and just put a dress on, or I was just a mix, best of both worlds.
Okay.
So kind of
Twisted. Okay.
where the name comes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What do you like most about the Apple Blossom Festival?
Oh my gosh. What? Okay. What I love most about the Apple Blossom Festival is it brings people together. And I think that's what I love most about it. It's not even, everything's great from the parade, the food, but just the people coming together. That's my favorite part, is having the entire community come together and bond over something so special.
What do you think will be your lasting memory out of this whole process of being part of the top 10?
My lasting memory will be the girls. You never picture that you're gonna ever just hang out with some Eastmont girls and you're gonna bond with girls from different schools, but this is a great experience to just meet new girls that you would think you never would have talked to beforehand. And that's the best part, is just meeting so many new people, even girls from my own school that I never would really hang out with, and just getting to bond through this experience and go through the ups and downs with them, and just, yeah.
Okay. All right. Anything else our audience should know about you before we let you go?
Come to the Apple Blossom Festival and buy funnel cake.
There we go. Savannah, Slife, best of luck to you.
Thank you very much.
All right, there you go. Another candidate for the top 10 Washington State Apple Blossom Festival Royalty Selection Pageant. We'll have more coming up on the NCW Life channel.
This is the NCW Life Community Calendar, brought to you by Health Alliance Northwest. St. Joseph School's annual Have a Heart auction is this Saturday from 5 to 9. Come for an evening of fun, food, and fundraising. Wenatchee Valley Symphony Orchestra presents Sweetheart Musical Soiree this Saturday at 7 at the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center. This special evening includes wine and desserts in a lovely decorated setting. For more information, visit ncwlife.com.
Hi, this is Eric Granstrom of the NCW Life channel. Join me and Julie Agins-Kuntz for live coverage of the Cashmere Valley Bank Royalty Selection Pageant from the Wenatchee High School Auditorium this Saturday at 6:30. Coverage brought to you by Merry Maids. Relax, it's done. Call to schedule a free cleaning estimate today. And Walkabout Grill, located in Wenatchee and Leavenworth. Stop in today. It's the Cashmere Valley Bank Royalty Selection Pageant, Saturday at 6:30 on the NCW Life channel.
If you're stuck trying to find the perfect beer for you, look no further than Badger Mountain Brewing. We specialize in creating tantalizing craft beers that will soothe any picky taste buds and will satisfy your cravings. Check out everything from our amazing honey blonde that will appease even the most finicky taster, or a delicious frothy stout for dark beer lovers. Experience them all at Badger Mountain Brewing.
Welcome to our NCW Life Channel interviews with the top 10 candidates. Now we have our final, best for last, right?
Yeah.
We have candidate Olivia Lancaster, who is the daughter of Rick and Sandra. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
You bet. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes, I'm the senior drum major of the Golden Apple Marching Band, and then I also work at Mission Ridge.
Okay. Being the drum major and being part of the band, what has that taught you?
It's just taught me how great this community is and everything about it, and it's made me really value all of the things that I've done in high school. It's just been a great group, so just overall improved my life.
What's it like being a ski instructor at Mission Ridge?
That is probably one of the best jobs you could ever have. It's so much fun. You just come up there and you get to hang out with the kids and you teach them. Like, you just get to pass on your love for the sport. So that's what I like the most.
So you teach younger kids? Or?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
What's the biggest thing, the first thing that you tell the kids about learning how to ski?
Well, if they've like never skied ever before, you just show them the ski. You have to show them what it means. Sometimes they like try to put it on backwards and you just have to, you have to get that straightened out right away.
And then the rope tow, that's kind of a daunting task.
Yeah, so you just have to make sure they're stable, and then you just hope for the best.
Now, is Otto still up there? Or?
Otto is still up there.
You're
yeah.
kidding.
No, he still teaches.
Okay.
Yes, it's
yeah,
so
Otto
cool.
taught me how to ski. I don't know how long ago that was. But he talked about the whole basketball stance, because that's basically how you want to.
Yeah. Nope, he's still up there teaching.
Okay. Why did you choose to run for Apple Blossom?
I think it was just kind of a thing that I just wanted to do. I wanted to be involved. I've always watched the parade with my family, and I've watched all the princesses go by, so I think it was just a thing I just had to try.
It says in your bio that you play 3 different instruments. Okay, so if you had to choose one that is your favorite, which would that be? And why?
Oh no, they're all so different.
So what ones do you play?
Okay, so I played the bassoon, sousaphone, and trombone, bass trombone. And so that's all based on what we're playing and what kind of music is, that's what I'm playing. But I would have to go with the bassoon. It's so unique, and I'm one of 2 people who play it at the high school, so I love it. I love the sound.
That's not very easy to play, is it?
No.
Yeah.
It's a double reed instrument, so it's kind of daunting just to look at it. But yeah, 13 positions you could use with just your thumbs.
Yeah, yeah, you lost me at hello there. Okay, so it says in your bio you want to go into the medical field.
Yes.
Okay, doing what? Have you decided yet?
Yeah, I'm leaning towards being a nurse. So this summer I'm going to be in the Certified Nursing Assistant program at WVC, but then I'm going to go to a 4-year college, I think UW. I'm leaning towards UW, and I'm going to go there and get my RN.
Okay, all right. What was there anything that inspired you? Something that inspired you to go into that field?
Yeah. So this past year, my grandpa passed away from cancer, and for the past 9 years, he battled 3 different types of cancer, and so we have just been in and out of the hospital, kind of my whole life. And so just seeing the nurses and seeing everyone working with him, it was really inspiring. And so I just knew I wanted to help people, and so wanted to go into the medical field.
Honorable.
Thank you.
What do you like most about the Apple Blossom Festival?
Oh, I love watching the parade. Now that I'm in the Golden Apple Band, I get to be in the parade, so that's just a totally different experience. But no, I love the parade atmosphere, for sure.
Okay. Out of this experience, what do you think will be your most memorable part of it? This whole being part of the top 10. What do you think will be the memory you call back on?
The girls, for sure. I know it's so crazy because I usually wouldn't have talked to really any of these girls. I've seen them around school. I would say hi, but just like getting to know them, and you just get to know different people within your school, and that's what I really like about it.
Anything else we should know about Olivia before we let you go?
That's about it. I'm in band. I love band. And then I love skiing, so.
This has been the part for me in the last few years, interviewing the candidates and talking to drum majors, and I thought you had to play the drums to be a drum major. I've learned so much about this whole thing. Well, Olivia, thank you for taking the time.
Thank you so much.
And best of luck.
Thank you.
Olivia Lancaster joining us here on our top 10 candidate interviews. Again, join us for the Apple Blossom Royalty Selection Pageant. It'll be coming your way on Saturday, February 9th, right here on the NCW Life channel. Hi, this is Eric Granstrom of the NCW Life channel. Join me and Julie Agins-Kuntz for live coverage of the Kashmir Valley Bank Royalty Selection Pageant from the Wenatchee High School Auditorium this Saturday at 6:30. Brought to you by Boswell's Home Furnishings. Come explore their expansive two-story showroom on Easy Street. And Club Crow Bar and Grill, Kashmir's home of the blues, brews, and barbecue. It's the Kashmir Valley Bank Royalty Selection Pageant, Saturday at 6:30 on the NCW Life channel.
This is the NCW Life Community Calendar brought to you by Health Alliance Northwest. Come learn about summer camp programs available in North Central Washington at Pybus Public Market this Saturday from 10 to 2. Over 20 organizations will be there to provide info and answer questions. Also Saturday is the Matters of the Heart Dissection Lab from 10 to noon at the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center. Students 9 and older can join a team of doctors to explore the heart. For more information, visit ncwlife.com.
RLS Productions is proud to bring to the NCW Life channel the Concerts in the Gardens Summer Series held at Omi Gardens. The series features performances from Rare Earth's Peter Rivera, Heart by Heart, Too Slim and the Tail Draggers, The Infinity Project, the Wenatchee Swingin' Big Band, and a whole host of other great acts. Tune in Wednesdays at 1:30 and 7 p.m. and Fridays and Saturdays at 10:30 a.m. and 9 p.m. RLS Productions Concerts in the Gardens Summer Series, only on the NCW Life channel.
Hey everyone, did you know that the NCW Life channel is North Central Washington's go-to source for news? No matter how you prefer to view your news, NCW Life has you covered. Watch the evening news weeknights on TV, stream it, read it at ncwlife.com, or catch the latest news by following us on Facebook. Stay informed with local news, sports, weather, and shows featuring local people and events. NCW Life, a reflection and a spotlight of the communities we call home.
Just about 4 minutes in front of the hour here at Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Well, I guess that's pretty much the case along the entire Pacific Coast. It's kind of how time works. As we get you through a Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on this Friday, Eric Granstrom filling in for Dan Kuntz. Let's again talk about that weather forecast. That's the big thing that's on everybody's mind right now here for today. Winter storm warning in effect from the National Weather Service starting at 4 o'clock this afternoon. That will run through Sunday at 4 a.m. This storm is anticipated to create some heavy snowfall. So snow mainly after 5 o'clock today. There's the National Weather Service's prediction of the snow totals. That is today through Saturday and into Sunday morning, up to a foot of snow for the Wenatchee Valley. A foot at Plain and Chelan, up to a foot now. They've revised that forecast for the northern end of north central Washington into Okanogan County to also get some heavy precipitation in the form of snow. The snow bands will continue to the northeast, as you see Republic there, and Colville expecting between 6 and 8 inches of snow. Some lighter snowfall expected to the east of us, maybe up to 8 inches in Moses Lake. And again, this is total snowfall amounts for this storm that's moving through here over the next 48 hours. Snow is going to be all across the state. You see the all the way down to the south in Yakima and to the south and east in Pullman. As you see here by this weather graph from the National Weather Service, this is the blob of snow that's coming through. That low system right off the coast spinning the moisture into the northwest, and with the cold temperatures we have coming down from Canada, that's the recipe for the snowstorm. They're expecting a lot of lowland snow in western Washington and the Seattle area up in the higher elevations. And with the snow also comes blowing conditions. We're expecting winds up to 25 mile an hour gusts, maybe up to 30 mile an hour gusts, especially tonight and into tomorrow. That could cause some drifting snow. And there you see the warning here on Highway 2 and 97 here in north central Washington that there could be some road closures that could be anticipated. And officials are warning that if you don't really need to go anywhere, don't go anywhere. Now, one thing that's happening in western Washington, everybody's in a big panic. This is the scene from Fred Meyer over in Kirkland last night, and this is being repeated all over western Washington as Snowmageddon is what they're calling it, with a big panic here. This is actually Fred Meyer last night. Thanks to Bruce Bennett for sending these photos from his son. Everybody's in a big panic. It was kind of a funny graph too. Do you have the Space Needle there? There you go, Seattle Snowmageddon. This storm coming our way. So, hey, be careful this weekend. I hope you tune in for the Cashmere Valley Bank Royalty Selection Pageant coming up tomorrow at 6:30. Snow or anything, we're going to be on the air with that, so you can snuggle in with a hot cup of coffee or hot chocolate and watch it right here on the NCW Life channel. Have a safe weekend. We'll see you again on Monday. Thanks for watching.